1947, a year etched in both gold and blood in the shared history of two nations, India and Pakistan. But since then, from cricket pitches to political punches, from loud headlines to quiet graveyards, the rivalry has only grown louder. But beneath all the noise, as young Indians, deep down, we all wish to understand our neighboring country, and who better to talk to than a man who carried the scars of partition, not just the stories. So, Sandesh decided to visit the home of a partition survivor to ask the question that still echoes across generations: how do we deal with this neighbor?
How old are you now?
Well, in another 2 months, I'll be 92.
You're fit and fine, sir. Now that was said with some style. Do you watch any YouTube?
My God, my wife makes me see Pakistani dramas day in and day out.
Acha.
You see, I'm an Urdu enthusiast. Urdu में तो हम पढ़ाई शुरू की स्कूल के अंदर. Since I am from the partition days, I was fairly grown up during the partition.
Yes. How old were you?
Around 14.
14. And you were in what city? In what
Lahore.
city? Lahore. And you migrated on what date?
I migrated earlier, but my father did in September 47.
Okay. And your father was in the army?
No, he was working in the High Court.
Okay.
High Court of Punjab.
Got it. And the High Court was in Lahore?
Yes, Punjab, Punjab High Court, undivided Punjab का High Court लाहौर में था.
ठीक है. और वहाँ आपके पिताजी क्या करते थे?
He was a rare commodity of his time, being a graduate.
मैंने अपनी माँ से सुना है.
हाँ.
मेरी माँ के दादाजी ग्रेजुएट थे और लाहौर से ही थे.
नहीं, लाहौर का जो कोई ग्रेजुएट है, well, he is a little higher.
Well, I am from a reputed family.
लाहौर में ग्रेजुएशन करनी, it was the only thing people were looking for.
और मम्मी बताती हैं कि तब उनको भी नहीं पता, पर तब बैंड बाजा बजा था क्योंकि वो ग्रेजुएट हुए थे. Like it was that big a thing.
Being a graduate was a something unknown in families, and he did not find it difficult to find a job in the High Court at all, because they were looking for people. कि कोई तो पढ़े लिखे आदमी मिले.
How tall was your father?
Well, slightly less than me.
How tall are you, sir?
Well, I think I was 5'10", but I have now shrunk.
Okay.
Over a period of time.
When did you first hear the term Pakistan? Pakistan, the word. Pakistan, the idea. See, I'll tell you why I'm sitting here.
46.
46. उससे पहले कभी सुना था ये शब्द?
No. मैं जहाँ रहता था लाहौर में, उस जगह का नाम था कूचा दीनानाथ टंडन.
कूचा दीनानाथ टंडन.
ठीक है. कूचा दीनानाथ टंडन. It was in Gowal Mandi
in Lahore.
In Lahore, and it was primarily a Hindu colony, but at the end there were, from both sides of the Kucha, there was a little gully.
Okay.
Where only Muslims were living.
Achha.
Only Muslims were living.
ठीक है.
And we all were used to be scared to go inside that, where Muslims were. But sometime out of bravado, चलो घूम के आते चले गए.
वो डर क्यों था उनके इलाके में जाने का?
ऐसा है कि we all thought that they are not to be mixed with.
Got it.
They are not to be, as it is, they were living separately. Not interspersed with us.
ठीक है.
Separate.
And in this, You heard the word Pakistan in 46 for the first time.
46 में
वो आप
क्यों?
बताओ। हाँ, yes.
हाँ, क्यों? हो क्या गया था, हमारे घर के ऊपर, वी वर फर्स्ट फ्लोर के ऊपर सेकंड फ्लोर था, उसके बाद टेरेस था।
ठीक है।
अगर हम टेरेस के ऊपर जाते थे, लाहौर वेरी थिकली पॉपुलेटेड एरिया, तो हम इक्का दुक्का कहीं धुआं निकल रहा है, कहीं आग हो रही है, कहीं कुछ हो रहा है, कहीं कुछ हो रहा है।
अच्छा, ये होता रहता था?
हाँ, हो
ये कब शुरू हो गया था?
46 में।
46.
Earlier part of 47, they became more rampant.
Got it.
More rampant.
ठीक है।
I was a student of 9th at that time.
Were any of your friends involved in any of the activities? Were you hearing stuff कि क्या हो रहा है? उस समय अफवाहें होंगी, कुछ ऐसी कोई बातचीत होगी?
अफवाहें यही थी कि वो मोस्टली के हिंदुओं के घर मुसलमान जला रहे हैं, मुसलमानों के घर हिंदू जला रहे हैं। मेरे फादर was asked option. दे पीपल स्टार्टेड आस्किंग, जो काम करते थे गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स वगैरह, भाई तुम पाकिस्तान में ही रहोगे कि इंडिया में जाना है? तो माई फादर सेट अप, हम तो इधर ही रहेंगे, लाहौर में ही रहेंगे।
ठीक है, सही है।
हाँ, पाकिस्तान है तो क्या होगा।
सही बात है, साਡਾ कल लाहौर है।
हमें मार्च के महीने में, मार्च 47 में बच्चों को, मेरा बड़ा भाई, उसकी तो शादी फरवरी 47 में की थी।
इन लाहौर?
इन लाहौर।
हाउ वाज द वेडिंग? स्मॉल अफेयर या फिर कुछ ग्रैंड था?
नो नो नो, इट हैड टू बी ए स्मॉल अफेयर बिकॉज ऑल दिस नॉनसेंस वाज गोइंग ऑन।
गॉट इट।
तो मार्च के महीने में 47 में मेरे फादर ने कहा कि तुम लोग जाओ यार, अपने नानके जाओ, अपने मामा के पास राजस्थान के अंदर। तो मैं, मेरे 2 छोटे भाई और मेरी बहन, एक छोटी बहन, सबसे छोटी बहन, हम गंगानगर,
श्री
गंगानगर राजस्थान में जगह है जहाँ हमारे मामा लोग रहते थे, वहाँ चले गए।
आपको तब समझ आ रहा था क्यों जा रहे हैं? यू वर फुल्ली अवेयर?
नो, स्कूल बंद हो गए।
बंद ही हो गए?
हाँ, मार्च के अंदर ऑल टीचिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस में
closed, shut.
क्लोज।
And you were in 9th?
I was 9th to go into 10th.
All right.
10th.
But school shut?
हैं?
Schools were shut?
School, otherwise why would I go? How we shifted from Ganganagar. My father सितंबर में आना चाहते, उसको बड़ी तकलीफ हुई, कह तो दिया कि मैं इधर ही काम करूँगा, लेकिन he found it very difficult. Can you imagine? He changed his name board in the house. He is Nanak Chand. His name is Nanak Chand.
ठीक है।
He put Aziz Ahmed.
ठीक है।
एक बोर्ड लगा दिया अजीज अहमद, ताकि ये मुसलमान लोग आएंगे, देखेंगे अजीज अहमद आया।
But throughout August, he was in Lahore.
August, September also.
How did he survive?
Very difficult, यही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
वो सरकारी अफसर थे, इसीलिए सरवाइव कर पाए?
पता नहीं।
अच्छा, ठीक है, नहीं पता।
मैं था नहीं उनके साथ।
आपने कभी पूछा होगा यार ऐसे?
हमारे चाचा जो थे ना, वो एक कैंटोनमेंट है मुगलपुरा, लाहौर के पास।
यस,
मुगलपुरा,
करेक्ट।
वो वहाँ पोस्टेड था, वो आर्मी में चला गया था ना, पोस्टेड। वो एक टांगा लेके आया, टांगा।
हाँ, टांगा।
टांगे में मेरी माँ को और मेरे फादर को लेके वो किसी तरीके से स्टेशन पर ले गया।
अच्छा, आपकी मदर भी साथ में ही थी?
हाँ, गंगानगर जाने के लिए 2 तरीके थे, एक मीटर गेज, एक ब्रॉड गेज।
ठीक है।
मीटर गेज यूज्ड टू टेक यू टू गंगानगर डायरेक्ट बाय चेंजिंग एट बठिंडा।
ओके,
बठिंडा,
समझ गया।
दूसरी अदरवाइज ब्रॉड गेज अप टू हिंदू मल कोट। तो हिंदू मल कोट से गंगानगर बस में चले जाओ या ऊँट के ऊपर जाओ, नॉर्मली ऊँट।
ठीक है।
वी हैड camels and horses as means of transport.
How many people on one camel?
Two.
Two people. That's it. ठीक है. ये नहीं कि 4-5 भर दिए.
नहीं.
अच्छा ठीक है.
Either a camel ride or a horse ride.
तो camel तो must have been the transport for people who are well to do or the poor folk also.
नहीं, poor folk also.
अच्छा, उनके लिए भी.
Camel was not something very difficult to own.
ठीक है.
सितंबर में वो आ गए. अक्टूबर नवंबर में सोचा कि चलो भाई होशियारपुर चले, जहाँ के हम ओरिजिनली हैं. तो हमको हिंदूमल कोर्ट में स्टेशन पर ले गए. वहाँ पर ये गुड्स ट्रेन में एक बॉक्स वैगन होती है ना, डब्बा, जिसमें सामान देता है. कहते हैं एक गाड़ी जा रही है गुड ट्रेन,
उसमें जाना है,
जब उसमें चढ़ जाओ अगर जाना है तो माई सेल्फ, माई फादर,
मम्मी पापा 4 बच्चे,
माई फादर, माई 2 younger brothers, sister, we were with great difficulty उस डब्बे के अंदर चढ़ गए. एंड दे टुक अस अप टू राजपुरा.
ठीक है.
राजपुरा. हाँ. राजपुरा में जाके कहते हैं ये तो डब्बा इधर ख़त्म हो गया, अब आप जो करना है करो, जहाँ जाना जाओ. कहीं भी नहीं जा पाए थे. राजपुरा स्टेशन के ऊपर, प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर हम 4 दिन ले अपना खाना बनाते थे, अपना रोटी खाते थे, करने के लिए कुछ नो मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट टू गो टू Jalandhar and Hoshiarpur.
None.
No. All trains were going loaded with bleeding people. We were seeing इधर से आ रही है मुसलमान लोग, किसी का खून इधर से जा रहा है, किसी का इधर से आ रहा है, और इस तरफ से हिंदुओं की गाड़ियाँ जा रही है. 3-4 दिन हम यही देखते रहे प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर बैठे हुए. तो फादर कहता चले कैसे जाना चाहिए. हाँ. तो एक ट्रक लोड कैरियर,
ठीक है,
बाहर खड़ा था. कहता मैं ले जाता हूँ, 500 रुपया लूँगा पर हेड.
अच्छा.
हाँ. फिर उस ट्रक में बैठ के जलंधर आ गए. जलंधर से होशियारपुर के पास मेरा जो गांव है, जस्ट अबाउट 3 किलोमीटर्स, नेम इज हरदो खानपुर. इट वॉज ए पठान विलेज. 1200 हाउसेस, 1000 of them Pathans, Muslims, and 200 Hindus. Amongst 200 was my grandfather. One. Okay? But they all lived very amicably.
Achha.
There was no venom earlier.
Got it.
No, but when we went, they had all gone.
अच्छा, तब तक वो भी लड़ चुके थे.
By the time we reached, they are all run away.
Was there any area in Punjab which did not burn in August?
They burned.
There were areas like no, I'm talking about mixed areas where Hindu Muslims live together or Sikhs and Muslims.
No. You see, they all left.
Everyone fought.
पंजाब के अंदर वाले मुसलमान, most of them left.
अच्छा.
हम आए हैं अपने गांव में, जिसमें हम कभी आते जाते थे.
ठीक है. हाँ.
And we landed there as refugees. We were dubbed as refugees. We are refugees from Lahore. एक रिफ्यूजी का कार्ड बना दिया.
अच्छा.
हाँ. 2354 नंबर था कार्ड का.
I love you man. I love you.
2354.
Yeah.
कार्ड बन गया, रिफ्यूजी बन गए.
हाँ.
अपने ही गांव के अंदर. और वहाँ रिफ्यूजी कैंप कहाँ लगता था? एक मस्जिद के अंदर. एक छोटे से गांव के अंदर 6 मस्जिद थी.
और अब तो उनका कोई काम ही नहीं, क्योंकि सारे मुसलमान चले गए.
सब चले गए, छोड़ गए, खाली कर गए. एक मस्जिद तो हमारे घर के पास ही थी.
अच्छा.
जो वहाँ का पंचायत का हेड था, वो कहता है भाई एज ए रिफ्यूजी जितने घर खाली है ना इधर जो छोड़ के गए हुए हैं मुसलमान, किसी में घुस जाओ। तो एक घर था जिसके अंदर कुआं था, जामुन का पेड़ था और रीजनेबली पक्की ईंट का बना हुआ था। अदरवाइज मोस्ट हाउसेज में स्मॉल
ओके
ब्रिक्स, छोटी पटड़ी। देखी है तुमने कभी वो? नहीं देखी।
उतनी पतली शायद ना देखी हो।
छोटी पटड़ी की ही तो गलियां बनी होती थी।
Was there an Indian Punjabi word for refugee or was it refugee?
Refugee. I was a refugee.
And was it used in a denigrating, like?
Not denigrating, but all time notice आवाज़ आती थी ढंढोरा कि आज सब रिफ्यूजियों को एक कंबल मिलेगा। वो कंबल बांटने कोई गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी या कोई फिलांथ्रोपिक एजेंसी कोई आता जा करके।
ठीक है। When did you watch your first film?
फर्स्ट फिल्म लाहौर में देखी।
लाहौर में कब देखी? कौन सी?
जवार भाटा। और कौन सी जिसमें गीता बाली वगैरह थे?
याद आ गई है आपको? याद आ गई।
निशात सिनेमा था उधर।
हाँ। ये लाहौर में कहाँ था?
ये लाहौर में जहाँ चैम्बरलैन रोड और निस्बत रोड।
There was a road called Chamberlain Road.
चैम्बरलैन
रोड कर दी थी इन्होंने। उसके नाम पे रोड थी लाहौर में।
हाँ, चैम्बरलैन रोड थी, निस्बत रोड थी। मेरे घर के पास कच्ची निस्बत रोड थी।
अच्छा।
पूछा दीनानाथ टंडन के एक साइड में दयाल सिंह कॉलेज था।
अच्छा ठीक।
दयाल सिंह कॉलेज फुली फंक्शनल लाहौर।
For you, sir, is 15th August a positive day or is it a mixed kind of day?
15th August, you see, this partition, let me honestly tell you.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I do feel the way my life got shaped would not have happened if partition had not taken place.
If not for it.
If partition had not taken place. I am very convinced.
No, you are being honest, and I'm glad you are being honest.
Would not have happened. I have had a very successful career in the army. It is not just a...
No, of course.
Very successful.
Of course.
I am otherwise also lucky. I can only say lucky.
I love the glow on your face.
I retired as the Director Quality Assurance Armaments for the services.
For the whole Indian Army.
The Ministry of Defence.
Are you aware of the technology being achieved right now with the drones and everything? Do you keep yourself updated or are you like that? ठीक है.
I am a conventional armament.
All right.
Conventional armament.
I'll come to that.
Guns, ammunition, tanks. I was posted as commandant of a place called Central Proof Establishment in Itarsi, Madhya Pradesh. I was a commandant.
Okay.
On a range which is 45 kilometers long. 45 kilometers we used to fire guns and ammunition. Down. It's so muted that I partial hearing loss of it.
Oh, nahi hai.
The result is that I am hearing it. This cap is given to me, sent to me by the commandant of CP when the unit was 50-year-old. दिखाना यानी है CPE Golden Jubilee 2021.
एक बार पहन लो. एक बार पहन लो फिर उतार देना. Let me just get that shot. Yes. Wow. This is impressive. Do you think about it? The D word?
Death?
Yes.
Well, I have to die.
Of course, everyone has to die. Do you think about it?
Well, I don't think, but what I am being made to think about when people right, left of my age are leaving. I wish to tell you, my course started with just 90 people. For some reason, it was a very small course. And amongst 90, we are just 4 or 5 left.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel very miserable. I feel miserable.
Why?
I am the only remnant of my family.
What is the advice about living life that you can give us from that vantage point of having seen the world from the 1930s to the 2020s?
I think you must have a good partner.
Okay.
One is that.
ठीक है.
Okay?
You tell me about your partner.
My partner is very good, and she is sometimes hot-headed, but otherwise most of.
आंटी की स्माइल दिखाओ. आंटी की स्माइल चाहिए मुझे.
Now I noticed that for the last 6-7 years, I almost agree with her. I agree with her, whatever she wants.
आप 85 में आके माने हो.
One tragedy which took place in my life is loss of my son.
Okay.
My son started life as in Pilani, then he started life in the Merchant Navy, became a captain in the Merchant Navy.
Okay.
But somehow he was restless wherever he was with whatever he has got. He found it difficult to find a job for Merchant Navy even after having qualified. So he joined Indian Navy. Indian Navy, maybe he became a commander. And even after becoming commander, he says, I want to get back to Merchant Navy. He was never happy with whatever he had. I could see that. I don't know many people whether they feel that with what you have, are you happy or not. In pursuit of advancement of his merchant naval career only, he went on a course to Bombay from Pune.
Okay.
पुणे में उसकी फैमिली बच्चों के साथ. He was returning in a train in 2001, 14 December 2001, and Shivaji Nagar is a station short of Pune. That's the place where he would get down because his home was near from there.
Correct.
Something happened. Either he was pushed out by the other passengers, or by accident he decided to get off the train while the train was still in motion. Something must have happened. He fell between the train and the platform and died on the spot. This tragedy took place in 2001.
That must have been a hard time for you too.
Well, for her it was very bad. Of course. We have some photographs are there here as well. But 2 children he had. I'm glad his wife remarried. She remarried. She is happy.
That's good.
We are not glad. The children are not in communication with us.
Oh. That's not. But I mean, as life happens.
The children are not communication with us. We are not happy. We are happy that they are doing well. This is life.
You've answered my question about life advice. You've answered my question about giving advice for life.
Oh.
Yes.
I have not answered.
You have.
Achha.
In a brilliant, beautiful manner.
Achha. Okay. Okay.
कभी नेहरू को देखा है? नेहरू जी को?
ही देखा, वो मेरी पासिंग आउट परेड में है, वो लाओ लाओ उठाओ, देखा कह रहा है।
Who is this? Is this
This is myself.
this looks like Marlon Brando?
This is a brigadier, myself.
Oh,
Brigadier,
yourself.
Lieutenant Colonel,
This is you.
Colonel.
You look like
Myself.
you look like Brando. Brando.
अच्छा,
हाँ, और क्या?
और तुम बोलते जवाहरलाल नेहरू देखा, ये देखा था, ये आया हमको अफसर बनाने,
मैं देख लूँ
ये
ऐसे?
अफसर बनाने आया था।
Oh, yes.
ये नेहरू
Yes.
है,
Of course he's Nehru. Yes.
ये नेहरू है।
This is 52, 51,
53,
53.
13 December 53.
Well, how was the conversation around Nehru? Was he considered as big even then?
क्या?
Nehru?
नेहरू
What was the chatter around him? What was his public perception?
charisma, absolutely.
Huh.
People thought him to be God.
Yeah.
हाँ,
I want to go back to the idea of Pakistan.
हाँ बोलिए।
देखो, एक साथ डेमोक्रेसी बनी हमारी,
है,
हम तो डेमोक्रेसी में इलेक्शन में आगे बढ़ते गए. Emergency did happen, but we recovered from that. They never fully went into democracy. What did your generation think of Pakistan in general? Is what I want to understand.
but we have always thought
Yeah.
that it's a rogue country.
Always.
Always.
Ever since 47.
Yes, rogue country.
But after that, like India had its elections, they had their own elections. But was it always that they are a rogue nation, or were we ever getting friendly with them?
Unfortunately, their democracy, true democracy, has never occurred. It is the army which is ruling, either army themselves or army through proxy. Always. And that is the doomsday of Pakistan. पैसे बनाते थे ये लोग, huge money amount. Even the civilian people who used to be prime ministers and all made a lot of money.
If I may, sir, in the 70s, when Zia was there,
हाँ,
you know, and India, at least economy-wise, wasn't doing great. You know, we were doing great otherwise maybe, but in the 70s, maybe they were growing so, because they had the American help. They were slightly. I've heard that Karachi was more advanced than Bombay. That's what I've heard from people who've been there. And so, was there any time that we were thinking maybe they can also be a successful nation, or was that never a thought?
never. They say, unfortunately, our leaders let us down. They, at the crucial moments, when the army had a upper hand, every time they were held back. ये POK होना नहीं चाहिए था. If we had been allowed a little more time, POK नहीं जाता. Pakistan occupied Kashmir would not have been there. But I, of course, as I study you, that I am not very from the fighting arms as such. So I can't give you that sharp insight.
No, I'm not asking for that sharp insight. I'm rather asking you to tell me what your generation, because you are one of the last people left from that generation, as you yourself pointed out.
Yeah.
And so I just want to understand, like I'm 30, I'm 32 now. And this is probably...
You are 32?
I'm 32. I was born in 93. Okay?
After I retired.
Yeah, I'm younger than your pensioner days. Yes. Yes. So, no. So, Sir, it's probably the first time we've seen Indian-Pakistan fight. For my generation, we weren't very aware in Kargil. I was 6 years old. Now I'm aware. And so, to understand how my generation should deal with that country, I want to understand how your generation thought of that country. Because you lived there, you were born there, and you saw the country grow up. Not only did you see that, you saw it get partitioned once more.
I tell you one thing. 47 में तो हम आए ना आफ्टर पार्टीशन. उससे पहले होशियारपुर में हरदो खानपुर में हम कभी कभी छुट्टियां बिताने आया करते थे.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. यही घर जो हमने ऑक्यूपाई किए हैं उनके मुसलमान लोग रहते थे, पठान लोग रहते थे. ठीक है. हमारे गांव में इट वाज फेमस फॉर मेकिंग व्हाट इज कॉल्ड लुंगीज एंड पटकास.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
पटका जो ऊपर पहनते हैं,
हाँ.
लुंगी इधर पहनते हैं. वेरी वेरी टॉप क्वालिटी एक्सपोर्ट होते थे. इन घरों में जो लोग रहते थे, दे वर वेरी वेरी फ्रेंडली विद अस बिफोर पार्टीशन, बट दे ऑल्सो न्यू कि हम उनके घर का खाएंगे नहीं.
अच्छा, आप नहीं खाते थे?
उनके घरों का खाना नहीं खाते थे. रखड़ी होती थी, ये वेरियस फेस्टिवल्स यूज टू कम. द हाउस दैट वी डिड ऑक्यूपाई एज रिफ्यूजी, वहाँ पर एक लड़की थी, उसका नाम था इंतज़ार बेगम.
इंतज़ार बेगम.
इंतज़ार.
अच्छा.
इंतज़ार हमारी बहन भर के थाली के ऊपर इंग्रेडिएंट्स सूजी ये रख के देने आई रखड़ी. बिकॉज शी ड्यू पका हुआ हलवा तो हम उसके घर का खाएंगे नहीं.
अच्छा.
इंग्रेडिएंट्स लेकर के आ जाते थे. So what I'm saying is, prior to this rally, I don't think we made, but we were not very friendly either.
Exactly what I'm trying to understand, because a lot of people romanticize how friendly we were.
No, we were never friendly. We were never friendly. We never attended any each other's weddings or anything. No,
but was that the reality around you, or was that the general reality?
General.
Okay.
We never associated as one.
There was coexistence, but there was an intermingling.
Absolutely. अब ऐसा है, but we were not abhorring the community.
Got it.
For example, when we were staying in the Kucha Dinar Tannat, हर शाम को 5 बजे हम दूध लेने जाया करते थे from a Muslim गवाला.
अच्छा.
Every evening I used to go.
उस समय क्या रेट था दूध का, याद है?
4 आने होगा पता नहीं.
Did you ever go back?
No.
You've never been?
I wanted to go, very much I wanted to go and see Gowal Mandi, that Shah Abdul Maliki Masjid, Dayal Singh College, and Ganda Nala. You know, can you imagine Ganda Indian? We used to call a locality called Ganda Indian.
क्यों?
Just imagine why. अब इधर आके पता लगा कि उसको गंदा इंजन क्यों कहते थे, बिकॉज इट सोएज वाज बीइंग प्रोसेस्ड.
अच्छा. तो गंदा इंजन है.
The locality was called Ganda Injan. मैं गंदा इंजन में रहता.
How was the smell there?
Well, not very smelly.
How was Lahore smell in general? How does it smell?
Lahore was okay, absolutely Lahore. There, I have attended Shaka.
अच्छा.
Sangi.
अच्छा.
There, this thing had started.
अच्छा. आप जाते थे?
गतका.
You used to wear the knickers?
हाँ.
बहुत सही. Do you like where the Sangh has also evolved? RSS has evolved. उसका भी एक evolution हुआ है. आपको पसंद है वो evolution, या आपको कहीं disagreement?
ऐसा है कि सारे लोग young people कुछ ना कुछ एक्टिविटी होती है, चले. Not out of sheer devotion.
No, just a physical activity. Do you have any memories of thoughts on Jinnah?
हाँ?
Jinnah.
और जिन्ना भी देखा हुआ है.
कहाँ देखा, क्या परसेप्शन थी, लोग क्या सोचते थे जिन्ने के बारे में?
We knew that for Muslims the leader is Jinnah, for us the leader is Nehru.
सिंपल था.
हाँ, बस हम करने के लिए.
नहीं, वो जो बोलते हैं कि
and this Mahatma Gandhi, you see, having to support this thing,
हाँ,
कि लड़कियों का सहारा लेके चला करते थे महात्मा गांधी.
अच्छा, उस टाइम भी आपको अवेयरनेस थी इस बारे में?
Yeah.
ओके.
कि लड़कियों
अरे नहीं, वो तो ठीक है, पर क्या उस वक्त क्या डिड यू लुक एट हिम विद रिस्पेक्ट या फिर ऐसे ही यू वुड मेक फन ऑफ हिम?
नहीं, हम we have visited Gandhi Seva Ashram in Wardha.
अच्छा.
We've been there.
Do you think there's life after death? Is there life after death, sir?
How does it matter what happens? They die I must. Since I am born, die I must. If I was not born, I wouldn't have died.
ठीक बात है.
In today's paper, there are two officers who have died. They are 1926 born.
Okay.
Okay, 7 years elder to me. So today when I saw that, I said, 7 साल तो पक्का, बाकी देखी जाएगी.
Just in that camera, sir, Mr. Major General, in this camera, इस कैमरा में देखते हुए बता दीजिए कि आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा
आपके साथ.
हाँ, सच बोलना है.
Oh, it has been very, very friendly. I never expected that the interviewer would be that friendly. And I was all the time, I didn't get a sound sleep yesterday.
Why? You were anxious?
I was anxious कि कैसी होगी ये इंटरव्यू, क्या करेगा, क्या पूछेगा, क्या करेगा.
ठीक गया?
तो अच्छा रहा. Probably tonight I'll have a sound sleep.
You've given me such amazing conversation and you've shown me some great photos. Yes. And I believe that we can now call each other friends.
Yes, certainly. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.